Everyone up? I don't think everyone's up and running. What's going on here? Welcome to Gaming with Magus. I am Magus, and we are back for Final Fantasy 16. Now, if you've been following this channel for a while, and why wouldn't you? Various people say, hey, you seem like a big streamer. Various people are like, man, why don't people know about you? Well, you got to share with your friends. And if you go back and look at my playlist, which I have playlists on Rumble and YouTube, you will find the second game that I started streaming on this channel over 2 years ago was Final Fantasy 16 when it first released. Let's freaking go. This game is over 2 years old, and it was amazing. It was my introduction to Ben Starr, the voice actor. He plays Clive, the main character of this game. I thought the characters were great. The graphics were great. I love the gameplay. Yes, it's not as turnstile as the original Final Fantasies, but I don't think it was. It was more of a evolution of what we've played in the Final Fantasy series up until this point, and I didn't think it was detrimental because you still have menu things you have to do in them. It's not completely action oriented type game. Um, so I thought that was kind of cool. I loved the music. Loved the music. The music was great. I love the characters. I love that some of them had their own theme songs, which harken back to like. I mean, they had a little bit of it in Final Fantasy VII, but let's be real. This harkened back to Final Fantasy VI on the Super Nintendo, which each character, and there was lots of them, had their own theme song, which I really loved. So I really liked that, and you know, I was sad when the game was over. Um, it was an obvious conclusion, but I wish I could have spent more time in the game. And this is where DLC comes in handy. Whereas they can take the actual game, make a little bit extra content for people who really like it, um, for things that maybe they didn't feel was good enough to make a whole new game or a sequel. But just time and everything else, there's just no way they can include it in the original game itself. I don't believe this was something that they held over and they could have shipped and was on the disc or anything like that. I mean, this was a quite sizable download that I had to do, which also shows good intent that, they put some effort into it and there's a lot in here. But we shall see. And I went ahead and picked up the season pass, which is both of them. So I got the Echoes of the Fallen, but also the Rising Tides. And it was on sale right now. It's the week of Thanksgiving, 2025, for like I think it was like 12.50, something cheap like that. When one of those was like $10, the other one was like 20. So instead of $30, I paid this amount of money. I mean, if you're gonna pick this up, do it now. Do it now. Tell your friends, because that's a great deal, honestly, for DLC and two of them, honestly. So I'm getting a lot more than just what I originally would have thought I would have had to pay for all this, which is a great deal. Now, I am wearing my Final Fantasy 16 shirt. Let's go, right? I didn't like some of the shirts out there because they just rehashed some of the regular box art stuff, and I didn't like it. And I kind of like this because this was more of like the older style animation or drawing you would see with Final Fantasy 16 or some of the other stuff, the art. So that's why I picked this up because it was something unique. Um, of course, this is on PlayStation 5. I believe the DLC should be available if they released it on other platforms, of course. But one of the great things that I like about the PlayStation 5 is I physically own the title. Now, the DLC clearly I don't. If they shut down the servers, I'm SOL. And I don't like that. I wish I could own it. I wish there was like a Game of the Year edition where, it would be on there. But oh well, it is what it is. But I own Final Fantasy 16. I will get to enjoy it long after it's long past. I mean, I have Final Fantasy 3 on Super Nintendo cartridge if I wanted to put it in and play it, which is Final Fantasy 6. So that's something that I always advocate for, which is owning the title. Digital is nice, it's convenient, but it's really nice when you can own it. The other benefit of it, especially with the PlayStation, is I can delete the game with the limited amount of memory that's on there, and then later on, if I want to play it, I can just put the disc on and it'll load it back onto the main storage. So that way, I don't have to keep everything on there, which is going to be better than if I had to re-download the games and things like that with digital, because then you end up having to spend a bunch of money for an NVMe drive to upgrade the internal memory of the PlayStation. So there's that, right? So, but let's take a moment and look at how we're doing as a channel. Well, as I look over on Kick and I see my ubiquitous spam chatter here trying to sell me their services, how many would you like many views? Sure. Let's make you popular. Sure. Here's an idea. Instead of me clicking that link, which you guys always send me, here's a better idea. Why don't you like show me you can do this and maybe I'll consider your services? 50 followers over on Kick, which is great. I appreciate that. We're sitting at 249 followers on Rumble. Let's freaking go. Hashtag Rumble Gaming, right? That you guys are catching up, Rumble. You are nearing you're within spitting distance of getting to you now a little bit further than YouTube, but you're coming quite along. I mean, you're growing a lot faster than I am on YouTube. We're sitting at 102 followers on Twitch. If we get more on there, that'd be great. But I know discoverability is not amazing. And of course, over on YouTube, we're sitting at 390 subscribers. And I will say, there's a whole lot of you that are watching my channel that aren't subscribed. Why don't you subscribe? Don't you enjoy the entertainment that I provide? If you subscribe, then you know when my content goes, but I am consistent. I try to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday at 9:30 at twitch.tv/gaming with Magus. I also stream on Rumble, YouTube, and Kick. I come to where you're at. And to be honest, you should share the content if you like it, because if your friend would like to come in and talk to me, listen, I don't just sit here and play games. I talk to people. That goes up as um, special video edits that I do. Talking, gamer talk or tech talk or things like that. Because I also talk about PCs and stuff. I mean, clearly, you know. But I think it's important to note that I'm here for you guys if you want to talk or hang out or do whatever. That's what I'm here for. And of course, um, when it comes to um, other type of content, there is a possibility of stuff coming down the line. Though I am trying to get up to the 500 mark subscribers, so I can do members only section or just get to that mark. And then the next one, the biggest goal is to get to 1,000 subscribers, which shouldn't be hard, but discoverability on me is not great. Um, that will allow me to get AdSense and really supercharge this channel. But on that note, we need to go ahead and get into this because we've wasted way too much time as it is. So, oh, in case you're wondering, um, with me gluing these are Corsair Virtuoso wired headphones, wired. I liked wired because they're louder than wireless. I could do a wireless set, but like I said, I've always found, now mind you, I haven't tested because I don't want to spend a bunch of money on wireless because I don't have a lot of use for it. But the Sony 1000 XM2s that I have, I always found the Bluetooth wireless. It was good, but it was always not as loud as I would like. And I like these because they got really good drivers on them. They sound really good. I mean, even those when I'm running them wired, because I can run them wired, these sound better. There's more sound to them, and I just liked it a lot better. Um, so what I found is just this part right here. I don't know if I can show it very easily. This part right here, from this plastic piece here and this inner part here, let's see, this inner part here separated from this part here, and basically this just came out because there's no wire inside of this at all. That broke, but I was able to glue it, and it appears to be holding up fairly well, which is good. This is coming off a little bit, as you can see, from wear and tear. I haven't had it for very long. Now you can get sleeves that you can put over top of this, and I may actually invest in doing so. Um, I will see. But other than that, it's working pretty good. Again, if push really came to shove, Maybe I would make my own type of headband or something like this for these because, like I said, there's nothing inside of this at all. So I could come up with something. These are metal right here, and this is metal, and this is metal, and this I want to say is plastic. I think right here, this piece right here. This is metal. Um, I'm pretty happy with this part because this part's pretty robust. So I like the Corsair headsets. These are I got them for I think 150. I think they're normally 180 or something like that. They might be on sale on Amazon and whatnot. These are individual and can disconnect. So if you don't like the paracord type stuff, which makes too much noise, you could always get your own set of cords. They're not proprietary. They're just headphone jacks. Um, so it wouldn't be very hard. It basically goes from this to a single jack. So love these. And of course, I will be posting up things of various items I use for my streaming for affiliate links. And part of the reason why I do that is because sometimes maybe you're interested in what I'm using. Example, I'm using a Elgato Wave Mic 3 on a low, arm underneath my monitor. I'm using a Stream Deck um, Plus has the little knobs and stuff. It allows me to quickly not only change scenes, but I can mute and um, turn the volume up and down on various parts, whether it's my system audio, game capture, master audio, various things like that. So that's really nice, right? Because I don't have a audio wheel on this at all, so I have no way to control what I'm hearing versus what you're hearing and things like that. I could do it on here, but I just find it easier if it's all centrally located. And of course, um, other things that I ended up using, I have a um, wireless, but I'm using it wired. Uh, what's this? Glorious D model. Um, I haven't quite found a way to make this wireless where I don't have to constantly charge it because I can find that somewhat annoying because then I have to go digging out the cord. I like that Logitech, they have a wireless pad you can put underneath of it. If I come up with a solution, I'll figure something out. There's various people who have done things, but I would like to do something about this because it would be nice if I didn't have to deal with this ugly cord that's laying here. Um, so there's that. And just various things that I have that are nice for streaming and whatnot. These Elgato Air lights and so on and so forth. So keep an eye out for that stuff, as that stuff could be on sale if you're looking to pick up some of that stuff, which is great because usually they're having sales now before Black Friday. Don't wait, because usually the Black Friday sales they're only on certain items, and usually um, there could be sales beforehand because they're actually trying to elongate when they make sales and stuff. There'll be stuff before, during, and after Black Friday. So let's go ahead and get into the console here. Unmute that. Whoa! Turn that down. It's been a long time. Welcome back. This is Gaming with Magus. Let's get adventurous. Now, the key thing with all DLC, how do I access it? That's the thing. Creative Business Unit. Let's go. Man, it's been a hot second since I played this game. Installing. Thank you for installing them. Yep. It's kind of blue. Interesting. R1 next. To access Echo Fallen Questline, you must first unlock the origin on the world map, as well as accomplish the side quest where there's a will and priceless. Okay, so I'm going to give them kudos for telling you, hey, look, if you're going to access this content, you need to do X. That's nice. I appreciate that. They, by the way, they do mention this in the shop when you buy this. This is a far cry from some of the stuff like Dead Island 2, where it wasn't as obvious. So I kind of like that they show this. Bonus item will be available for redemption in the system tab in the main menu upon reaching the scenario quest a chance encounter. Okay, cool. Now. Okay. Close. Okay. Rising Tide. Depending on how long this content is, I don't think I'm going to play it tonight. If it's really short, the content, maybe I'll do it. But if not, I'll see if I can save this for another stream. Thank you for purchasing Rising Tide. To access Rising Tide questline, you must first unlock Origin on the war map, okay, as well as complete the side quest Where There's a Will and Priceless. That sounds familiar. To unlock the Kuros Gate battle content in Hidden Ways of Crete Stone, you must first clear both the main game and Rising Tide storyline. Okay. Redeeming bonus items. Bonus items will be available for redemption in the system menu upon reaching the main scenario quest a chance encounter. Cool. Well, clearly, we need to go. Additional content is now... Okay. Character appearance. You can now... Why is the color all funky? This appears to be my TV. Let me check something here. Hold on. Something's not right with the TV. Because I'm looking on the stream. In the stream, the colors look correct. The TV color went weird for a second. Let me take a look at this. Well, I'm not going to worry about it for the moment. You can change the outward appearance of Clyde and his allies, the highways, a Crete Stone, try out the feature, okay? Yeah, something's not right. The tent is all jacked up. Did I hit something? Something's not right. Hold on. No, that's not what I want. Let's see here. Give me a second. I gotta fix this because it looks really bad. What's your settings? Color adjustment. Why is it... What? Alright. Let me check something here. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Tip. I had color problems. Everything looked right. Everything was set up correctly. Unplug and replug the HDMI cable. Problem solved. Good news is, everything I recorded looked great for you guys. Anyway, sorry for the delay. Clive looks amazing. Is that you, Verso? Anyway. Okay, so what are we doing here? Back to Origin. Make for Origin. Laid to rest. Bury the ring at the grave of the soldier's parent. Pick a bone. Wait a minute. So... What I'm pretty sure I beat the game. What the heck? It screwed up again. What is that nonsense about? I went to the menu and the video signal messed up. That is the weirdest thing ever. Let me go into the menu again. What? Oh, if that's going to be the case, we're going to have problems. Going into the menu seems to jack up this game. That makes no sense whatsoever.
Of course they will. It's just a big crystal. How hard could it be?
Okay, hitting the map doesn't do anything. Okay. Doing that doesn't do anything. What is that nonsense about? That's annoying. We may have a problem, folks. Hold on, let me let me look this up real quick. Oh. Oh, is this an HDR thing? Turn off VRR. Resetting the game fixed the two very annoying. Dynamic settings has been disabled in the TV setting. Color tone is also calibrated manually. Like the game is constantly auto-correcting brightness and color. It's only... Okay, so it says... Oh, hold on. It says you need to disable stuff. For some reason, it's an issue. Let's see. Screen and video. Turn it off. Where is it at? Okay, let's try this again. Let me see if it does it. Weird, folks! Tech tip. Are you playing Final Fantasy 16 and your video goes wonky with colors? Tech tip. Turn off VRR and problems will be solved. No rhyme or reason, just this game. The more you know. Stay adventurous. Well, there's my soapbox moment. Thank God it was an easy fix. All right. So where it was saying something. That's origin. Okay. And it was saying something about into the darkness. Environment. Um, there supposedly are some things you got to do to complete it. So where are the quests at? Are they up in here?
About it. I feel like it's.
Whoa. Let me get back a little bit.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Ivan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, a culinary pilgrimage.
Okay.
I borrowed it from old tomes.
Mm-hmm.
Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Really?
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first tunnel worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Mm-hmm.
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient.
What?
A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Okay. So nothing from that. That's music. Let's see. Let's see. What's he got?
Sid, I was wondering if you could help me.
It depends what with.
A bearer, but recently freed from his bonds, is keen to join the Curse Breakers. As you know, the work we do is not easy, which is why we test every volunteer's suitability. I was hoping you could oversee this one's evaluation.
I don't mind, but why this one?
Because he wants to be a scout. Our ranks are filled with men and women capable of breaking chains and putting slavers to the sword. But scouting, we're few with the nose for that, which is why we still rely so heavily on Gav. And since he accompanies you on so many of your missions, I thought you might be better placed to recognize the traits in him that we should look for in those who'd fill his boots.
Sounds reasonable.
So you're happy to oversee the boys' test, then?
My time is yours.
One can never have too many scouts.
Truer words, Sid. I'll let the initiate know that you'll be attending his trial, and that he is to proceed directly to Northreach in readiness.
No time like the present, eh?
No time like the present. I'll await you there.
By the way, in case you're wondering,
I don't suppose they could have chosen somewhere closer.
if you haven't watched all my gameplays, which you should, I have playlists for you to go back and watch this. Understand that Clive here ends up taking up the mantle of Sid, being the leader of this merry band of misfits. Is more of a mantle. His actual name is not actually Sid, but I can understand if you're a bit confused if you haven't watched what's going on. Do note that if you do watch my older playthroughs, I didn't have proper video settings. I didn't have proper encoding settings. So this should look clearer than my previous one. So please be kind and gentle when you watch those. Let's see what else we got here. See, go up. Do I go down? No. Well, where's this quest at? Is it down? It must be down. Do I maybe need to go in here?
You nearly collapsed back there. It's just a touch of the...
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but there as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for.
That's right.
I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden, and we must lift that burden in order to go undetected. The operation may be dangerous, but it's also essential, and we undergo it willingly.
It's true.
I know. I still wish there was some other way. But griping about my lot helps no one, I suppose. Don't worry. I'll do what must be done.
Okay.
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing that needs doing is the preparation of a draft to dull the pain. Something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia supply so low. What few leaves we have would barely be enough for removing a splinter, let alone a brand.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go? Oh, thank you. No one knows herb lore like Taya, and she swears by ammonia for easing pain. It's simple enough to find, if you know where to look. And fortunately for you, I do. Along the river near the village of Amber over in Rosaria. Just search for the bright blue blossoms.
I'll have to go through and do some of these quests or something. Not what I'm looking for, though. Is there one back here?
Please, your grace, stay strong. Ah, my lord Marquis.
Ask about origin.
My lord.
I am.
I do not doubt it.
Thank you, Yote.
May you return safely.
Yote, is anything the matter? You seem troubled. Perhaps I might be able to help.
My lord. Yes. Perhaps you might. It's your brother. His condition continues to worsen, though he does his best to hide it. The lesion on his chest pains him more with each passing day.
I had feared as much.
There are certain elixirs which can ease the suffering of those afflicted by the curse, but his grace's case is severe. The drafts I have been able to prepare for him thus far have ceased to have any real effect. So I consulted with Tarja and certain of my comrades among the Undying about the possibility of finding something stronger. And thankfully, a recipe was found. The only problem being that the critical ingredient is exceptionally hard to come by, and our supplies are almost exhausted. Unless we can secure more soon, your brother's anguish will likely become unbearable. My lord, I know that I have no right to make demands of you. But would you help? For Joshua's sake.
For Joshua, anything.
Thank you, my lord.
So, what is this critical ingredient?
A rare herb by the name of stonerwort. It grows only where the ether is densest. The vigor it stores in its stems helps to counteract the curse. We discovered a patch near the aqueduct in Rosaria. But alas, yet more ether has erupted from the earth there recently, leaving the whole area flooded. The search continues for a new source. One that we might reach without being turned.
So it's only that you can't reach it. The stonerwort itself is unharmed by the flood.
Well, yes, but...
Then I shall go in your stead.
Oh, but, my lord...
You've yet to find another source, correct? So for now, the aqueduct is our best hope. Besides, I'm a dominant. The ether can't hurt me.
Well, if you're sure, my lord. Stonerwort is easily identified by its blood-red blooms. Search around the aqueduct, and you're sure to find some soon enough. I shall remain here and prepare the other ingredients.
Fancy a look at the list, do you? Here you go. Think you can help?
Clive. Godspeed.
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of curse breakers has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A curse breaker managed to release a Stolus amid the confusion, but... this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous. But I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed? Before they go out, I always remind them why we're doing this, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Thank you, Sid. And I'm sorry to trouble you with this. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragon's Eyrie. I can't tell you much more than that, I'm afraid.
That should be enough to go on. If they were there, Torgal will track them down.
still alive, are you?
Go on then. Do us proud.
aqueduct. Now to find our stonewort. Yote mentioned blood-red petals. Just my luck. Well, I won't be picking anything till they're gone. There's only one thing for it. Nice try. Here it is. Better collect as much as I can before reinforcements arrive. Right. That should do it. Let's get these back to Yote. Yote, I brought back all the stone and water I could find. Will this be enough?
Yes, my lord. Thank you. I'm sure it will serve us until we can find another source.
I'm very glad to hear it.
You and His Grace are very much alike, you know. You think only of how you might help others, and never of the danger to yourselves.
No more than you have minding my brother. You've risked a lot for him, and I thank you for it.
I am honored that you should say so. But I beg you, my lord, do not give too much of yourself for the sake of others. We could not afford to lose you.
I'll keep that in mind.
Interesting. Don't know why I have a meteorite, but okay. Now, supposedly, the other quest I got to do shows up on Clive's desk. So I got to go over to Clive's office. So it's going to be down here. You're not there.
There's something about
I got to go in.
I feel like it's
Okay. Go up here. No. No. We're here? What's it say? To start, players must read a letter titled Concern for Jill at the reading table at Clive's chambers. Okay, well, this is the reading table, right? I don't see that. Have to complete the side quest where there's a will. Back to their origin. So we have it complete. So back to the origin is complete. Maybe I haven't completed the one. Maybe there's something else I need to do. I get the feeling that's the case. Okay. Talk to Joshua in the hideaway to start the quest. Well, where's Joshua at? Is he in here? Where would he be at? There he is. Maybe I need to talk to him first.
Clive.
Aha! Here we are. Where there's a will.
Joshua, what's wrong? And don't say nothing.
Yeah.
It's not nothing. I've received word from Cyril.
Okay.
The Undying have found Father's will. Or something akin to it.
His will? How and where?
In the crypt beneath Rosalith Castle.
Okay.
After Kupka was kind enough to drive out the Imperials, the Undying took the opportunity to recover what relics of the Duchy yet remained. And in the process of doing so, they found a letter from Father.
I'm surprised anything survived down there.
Cyril asked that I join him in Tabor at my convenience. I have been meaning to go, but would you join me?
Of course.
Of course.
What kind of question is that?
In that letter as much as you do.
Right.
Very well. I'm ready to leave when you are.
Where there's a will, there's a Clive. Okay. Where's the... Okay. Let's see. Tablet? Nope. 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 Okay. Wonder what Clive's father was doing down there, though.
Opportunity beckons. Who among you is bold enough to heed her call?
Maybe this will get me Cyril? Or Ursula?
Your Grace, my lord, I trust your journey was not overly onerous.
Cyril, you found
Cyril.
a letter from Father.
Yes,
Okay.
I have it here. If you would do us the honor, my lord.
My beloved sons, I know that I ask much of you in this coming war, but I see no other way to secure the future for our duchy and our family. Yet, even should we succeed in subduing the savages and winning back Drake's breath, the threat of blight still looms. Only with all Rosaria striving as one might we last overcome it. I have made plans to see us through, but as such obstacles that stand in our way, it shall likely fall to you to continue my work. I know that you have strength, the courage, and the will to do so. This shall be an onerous inheritance, so I offer you another, that you might be reminded of the love and the faith that I hold for both of you, Father.
An inheritance.
It would seem the late Archduke penned this missive shortly before his passing.
The day before we left for Phoenix Gate.
What are these plans he spoke of?
His plans for the duchy, your grace. Your father entrusted them to my predecessor. the former bearer of the Burning Quill, who entrusted them in turn to me. The complete emancipation of bearers is their stated aim. But your father's dream did not end there. His Grace also spoke of building hospices to care for those stricken by the curse, and the founding of a new university to further the development of non-magical technologies. With the blight spreading ever more widely across the twins, Archduke Elwyn saw this as the only means of securing Rosaria's survival.
He wished to see men and bearers treated as equals. To see centuries of common wisdom overturned. Small wonder he did not think it achievable within his lifetime.
But he thought it achievable nonetheless. Had he not, he would never have written this message. Nor would he have entrusted his vision to his most faithful aides, those who would have stood with you, shielded you from the machinations of the less benevolent personages at court.
It's a pity only they are still with us.
'Tis true that those most loyal to your father were the first to suffer the Duchess's wrath. But one at least remains, and she has come bearing gifts.
What do you mean?
Gifts.
Mayhap it is better that she explain, my lord. After all, the duties entrusted to me by my predecessor extended only to recovering His Grace's will and arranging a meeting with the one who might execute it, or a part of it, at least.
And where is this woman?
She awaits you in the archive, Your Grace.
Thank you, Cyril.
Archive.
Shall we then?
Okay. So we're going to the archive. Quietary. Where is that? Maybe up there?
My lord, Your Grace. I hardly recognize you.
Well, they have grown up. Especially Clive.
Goditha, retainer of House Rosfield, loyal servant to the Phoenix and his shields. Your father, the Archduke Elwyn, entrusted me with the delivery of a gift. I only hope you can forgive my tardiness in bringing it to you.
Lift up your head, Lady Goditha. You have our gratitude for your service to our house and to our father.
I merely did my duty, as any proud Rosarian would.
My lady, perhaps you could explain a little more? What exactly is the gift you bring?
As I'm sure you know, it has long been the custom for the children of House Rosfield to be presented with certain keepsakes upon their coming of age.
Indeed it has. Our father often spoke of the day when our turn would come.
And had he lived to see it, he would have presented you with the treasures I bear. Matching armbands for you both. Alas, he did not live. Indeed, he was taken from us even before they could be completed. He had intended to claim the Heartstone with which each armband was to be finished himself, but it was not to be. And his gifts remain incomplete.
I see.
It saddens me to bring them before you, as they are. It was your father's wish that you be presented with the finished articles, not these, works in progress. But with his grace long since gone, and the stone left unclaimed, I had little choice. You are grown men now, and his house is yours. And while I would not presume to insist upon your claiming the Heartstone in his stead, I know that nothing would have pleased him more than for you to do so.
Thank you, Lady Goditha.
What say you, Clive?
What else? Of course, my lady. May our father's will be done.
Oh, I am much obliged.
Do you know where we might find this Heartstone, my lady?
I do. Though it may be a matter of a good deal more than simply happening upon it. It is found in the bellies of elder griffins, you see. You do at least know where to find one. A certain specimen has made its nest in Titan's Wake, not far from here.
A certain specimen?
You are most perceptive, Your Grace. In answer to your unspoken question, yes. In fact, this is the very same beast your father meant to slay. I have been tracking its movements since you were but a boy. Were you to slay it in his stead, as men of House Rosfield, it would surely make your father proud.
Well, let's go hack it
What
up,
say
dude.
you, Joshua?
What else?
Burn it with fire. Let's go.
Titan's Wake is to the south of here. But we must not be hasty. The good lady has been disappointed once already.
Opportunity.
Okay, down here.
Beckons.
We will go here and then head north. Let's go.
Yeah!
Got to pick up the loot. Nope. I don't have time for
Nice
that
peel,
nonsense.
Joshua.
There it is. For House Rosfield.
Ah! Couldn't get off. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah? Okay.
Nice try.
Man, this thing is strong. Not much guarding I can see. Just avoiding. Die. Slay.
Is this the Heartstone?
I expect Lady Godotha will know.
We'll go back to her. Should be good to go.
Oh, thank the Founder you were safe.
Mm.
The Griffin is slain then?
And the Heartstone claimed.
Yes. This radiant luster, like frozen flame. It is just as your father described it. Thank you, my lord. Your grace. Your father would be so proud.
Lady Godotha, the lapidary is ready.
Thank you, Cyril. I will be with him shortly. If you would excuse me, I shall have the stone cut and set forthwith.
Okay. Wonder what these bands are going to look like. It'd be cool if they're actually accessories to give you abilities.
The armbands are complete. Pray, take them. They are yours, after all. Heartstone is harder and more enduring than garnet, or even ruby. It symbolizes unwavering will and devotion.
Sounds about right.
The graven vines encircling the stone represent the unbreakable bonds between you.
It's a message. Father knew we had enemies both inside and outside the duchy. Enemies who would thwart his vision. Only with unwavering devotion would it ever be realized.
Mm-hmm.
And only if we stood together, as Phoenix and Shield, as brothers in arms, only then might those enemies be overcome.
Indeed. His Grace knew the enormity of the task he would entrust to you, his heirs. But this was more than just a message. It was a promise. That he would always be with you.
Thank you, Lady Godotha, for remaining the steadfast custodian of our father's will.
Mm-hmm.
Forgive me, my lady, but there is something I don't quite understand. The Undying told me that after Father died, Mother claimed all of the ducal treasures for her own. Even if the armbands were incomplete, she would surely not have overlooked them. So, how were you able to keep them from her?
Because I was the keeper of the vault. Though I was but a lowly servant, your father spoke to me of his intentions for the bands, of the deep love he had for both of you, and his hopes for your future.
Mm.
In the days before the disaster at Phoenix Gate, I discovered that the Duchess had ordered her jewelry be sent away from the castle. It was then that I knew she meant to betray us.
Dang!
I tried to warn your father, but it was too late.
Mm.
When word of the fire reached Rosalith, I knew my time was short. So I took up the armbands and I fled into the night.
And thank the Founder you did.
Yet my duty to your father was incomplete. Not knowing what else to do, I followed the griffin, thinking I might claim the Heartstone on its passing. And so my pursuit continued, until Lord Cyril appeared before me. He informed me that His Grace's will had been recovered, and that his sons were alive and well.
Lady Goditha, on behalf of my father and all the people of Rosaria, I thank you for your loyal service.
As do I.
Thank you, my lord. Your Grace, for coming back to us. For giving my service meaning.
Yeah, I can see that. Huh. I'm gonna exit. We've exited.
The bands suit you well. It must be gratifying to finally receive the inheritance that was denied you for so long.
It is. And we thank you for the part you played, Cyril.
If you would permit me to play my part a little longer, might I suggest that you make your way to your father's memorial atop Hawk's Cry Cliff. Let him see that you have received his blessing, and that his vision lives on in you.
I suppose it would be churlish not to. What do you say, Clive? Should we pay Father a visit?
Heck yeah, let's go.
I think we should. I was hoping to be able to offer him my thanks before we left for Origin.
Your father's helm is enshrined there. It has been since the day we recovered it from Phoenix Gate. I prithee claim it, for it too is a part of your inheritance, and I do not doubt that your father would prefer it in your hands than perched upon some lonely rock.
Thank you, Cyril.
Yeah. You did a good job, dude. Good job.
Come on, Clive. He's waiting.
Okay. So we gotta go. Scarcoast. One card. Okay. Get my chocobo. I love
Good
the
girl.
fact that I have this. It'd be such a pain otherwise.
Unwavering will and an unbreakable bond. Do you really think we're strong enough?
To save the world? Of course. To have overcome Father's political enemies? Of that I'm less certain. Especially knowing what we know now. What Mother was truly capable of.
That's
Perhaps
true.
these bands would have helped. Knowing he was with us would have made all the difference.
It's just back there.
Okay.
Father always fought for what he believed was right. It wasn't until that night at Phoenix Gate that I realized I had never fought for anything. I always had someone else to do the fighting for me.
No matter how fate conspired against him, he never lost heart, never looked back, never stopped fighting. To me, he was the greatest of men.
Yeah.
I've been trying to live up to his ideals ever since.
We all have, Clive. We all have. And we'll keep trying. Because that's what he would have wanted.
Mm-hmm.
What he would have done himself. Even if it meant standing against the very gods in the heavens.
I shall be borrowing this, Father, if I may. That you might watch over us as we follow in your footsteps.
Hmm? What? No.
We won't lay you down.
Mm-hmm.
Onward then.
Onward. To the end.
And to a new beginning.
Quest complete. Where there's a will, there's a magus. No. Rusted battle helm. Archduke's helm worn during his victories compelled to quell the northern uprising. Where's coming, my boy? We must make ready. All right. Now that we've completed that, joining hands with Josh to join Clive's party and will remain with him until departing for Origin. Okay. So now we go back and I need to go and see if that letter's there regarding Jill. I'll start the next quest, and that quest will allow me to set up the DLC. It's a bit of a thing to do, but not too awful bad. I'll tell you right now, I'm not finishing this tonight. I don't think so. Concern for Jill. Though her Ekam brought her much suffering, the loss of Shiva weighs heavy on her heart. We would be poor friends indeed if we did not seek to lighten that burden, even but only a fraction before we depart for the skies. I would speak on this more in private. Yes?
If Joshua's worried about Jill, I should go and speak with him.
Okay. Is he the same spot as he was before? We're over here. Indeed.
Joshua, I read your message. You're right. Jill is different.
She
I don't
is.
think I'd realized how different, but since we returned from Drake's spine, I've felt it more and more.
I suppose it's not hard to imagine why.
She doesn't think she belongs anymore.
And that's why we need to remind her she is still one of us. To let her know that we still need her, now more than ever. That you still need her. But how to do that? When last we were truly close, we were but children.
Of course. Do you remember the time we accompanied Father on his annual tour of the Duchy? And Jill and I broke from the procession to ride up Man's Hill.
To see the snow daisies, I remember. It was the first time Father had allowed us to join him.
Okay.
And when he realized you were missing, he had the entire retinue down to the pot boys combing the countryside.
In the rain. A thunderstorm forced us to take refuge in a grove of oaks before we'd even made it halfway there.
Oh, jeez.
It was the Lord Commander who finally found us, and needless to say, he was none too pleased.
It seems you and Jill have unfinished business. What do you say?
Man's Hill. It's not that far.
Oh, true. Though I suspect it is also much changed. Little in southern Rosaria remains as it was when we were children.
You're saying I should go and scout the area for bandits?
I'm saying we should first go and see if there are actually still any snow daisies left. What would you do without me, Clive?
Okay. Man's Hill, where's that at? Do no harm. I do like the fact you can look at the various places and check to see if this is where I need to go before getting there. It's kind of cool. Yes.
This is the place, but...
I'm sorry, Clive.
There's nowhere been spared. What do we do now?
We keep looking. Man's Hill cannot be the only place where snow daisies grow.
Perhaps, but... it's the only place I know of. Knew of.
Then why not ask someone who might know of another?
Someone in the backyard. To the hideaway, then.
Okay. Let's see here.
Let's hope one of the gardeners knows where to find snow daisies.
Say what you will, Lady Karen is... This should tide us over until the new moon.
Okay, talk to her.
Oh. What brings you down from the heavens, Sid?
I need your advice. Joshua and I are looking for a place where snow daisies grow. Preferably in abundance.
Snow daisies. Then you'll want somewhere not too hot and not too cold. And where the winds are strong enough to carry the seeds. I reckon Man's Hill would be a good place to start. There in the Royal Meadows, perhaps? Both have similar climbs and the right elevation. If the Blight hasn't claimed them yet.
Right. Thank you.
Did you learn where we might find our flowers?
The gardener here mentioned the royal meadows in Sambrak.
Ah, the fields beyond Northreach. Well, if that's the case, then Yote was right. I recalled that she kept a record of our travels, you see. So I asked her if she'd perhaps noted anywhere that snow daisies grew, and she mentioned Oilerfeist Bay.
Whose shores border the meadows. Off we go then.
Hmm. Hmm. Okay.
Nazaire might at least have mentioned where in Northreach he'd be testing this recruit.
Then it's lucky we stayed here.
Was that shouting I heard from the barracks?
Do you think he was the only one who survived?
Does it matter? He's the only link.
We already have a leader in the Dame.
Well, what do you think?
What do I think?
Let's go.
Have care.
The meadows are vast. Where do we even start?
Yote mentioned the coastline. We can start there.
Safe.
Hmm. Okay, let's turn off these other things that don't matter. Okay, so it's not over here.
Fly, Ambrosia.
Not too far. Ooh, got 5 gil. There we go. All right. Oops. Go get him, Targle. Get those flowers. What the freak? Why is there a Minotaur here?
Let's hope this is the last one.
Only one way to find out.
Good gosh. Enemy slain. Level up. Minotaur main, let's go.
That was harder than I expected.
Really? Didn't seem that hard. Seemed quite obscene.
But Founder, it was worth it.
It's beautiful.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
Do you think Jill will like them?
Oh.
She'll love them. Come on. Let's go.
Okay. Do we know where Jill is?
It appears my work is done. The rest, as they say, is up to you. Well, you and the skies. We wouldn't want another thunderstorm now, would we?
Okay. Where's Jill? She up there? Aha.
Jill, there's something I'd like to show you.
There is? And where might this something be?
Yes,
It's
indeed.
not here. Now, I know this is sudden, but how would you fancy a trip to Oriflamme?
He just walks off without her answer.
There are so many. This is what you wanted to show me. Yeah, I don't know what to say.
You don't need to say anything. The smile on your face is enough.
He's not even looking at her.
I've been worried about you, Joshua and I. Do you remember when I took you to Man's Hill? Or tried to?
How could I forget? You saw me crying and thought a change of scenery might lift my spirits. In the end, it earned me a nasty cough and a stern scolding from your mother. But I felt wonderful nonetheless.
I'm sure.
I'm sorry. I had no idea what I was getting us both into. But I couldn't bear to see you like that.
Mm-hmm.
Before we left, my chambermaid told me she'd overheard your mother talking about my marriage prospects with some of the noblewomen at court. They were debating whether it would be more profitable to marry me off to one of the high houses instead of saving me for the ducal line.
What?
No one thought to ask me what I wanted.
Dang.
I was nothing to them. A pawn at best. I felt so trapped. So lonely.
I would imagine.
I didn't know.
But I wasn't alone. You were there. Your hand in mine as we ran for those oaks. And I knew then, no matter what happened, I would be all right.
Oh, wow, dude.
I'll never forget that feeling.
Big impacts. Pretty good looking flowers. Pretty well detailed, too.
Before we broke camp, the morning after the storm, do you know what I did?
Nope.
No? What?
I slipped away from my governess to climb the tor.
Okay.
And from there I saw a sea of petals, all reaching for the sun. And I realized that no matter how terrible the night, dawn would always come.
It's good perspective.
That you would always come.
Ooh.
For me.
Mm-hmm. That's been proven.
You have. Again and again.
Indeed.
Where do you see us? When all this is over?
Oh, it's a touchy subject. Clive.
I don't know. Not here, though. I think I've outgrown the twins.
Yeah, I get that.
After everything we've been through, the realm just seems so small. I'll need some space to spread my wings.
Then that's what you'll have. And I'll stop at nothing to see that you do.
Okay. He going for it. I mean, clearly from before, they, you know.
I never was much good at garlands, but it'll have to do.
I'll treasure it forever.
Thank you, Clive. For this, the flowers, for everything.
It's what he does.
It's exactly what I needed.
Just what she needed.
Oh, my treasure.
Ooh. Treasure. Yeah, I can see it. You've saved her multiple times. Some of them pretty severe. Yeah, I can see that.
We should probably be getting back. I expect the others are wondering where we are.
You're right. There's still much to do.
Like save the
We'll do
world.
it together.
Quest complete. Student easy. Garland. I was never much good at garlands. Shiva's kiss. Reduces dust cooldown by 7.5. Cool. Cool. Jill has joined Clive's party and will remain with him until departing to Fort Origin. New quest. Echoes of the Fallen is now available. Speak with Charn at her stall on the highway. The DLC! Rising Tide. The new quest line Rising Tide now available of inspecting the reading table in Clive's Chamber Hideaway. Ah, so you need them for both of the DLC. It's about 11:30. There is no way in heck I'm getting this DLC done before. Unless it's really short. Let's go.
Clive.
Echoes of the Fallen. Let's go!
Is something the matter, Karen? You seem perturbed.
Do I now? How clever of you to notice. But yes, something's come to my attention, and I'll be damned if I know what to make of it.
Okay. Go on.
Go on.
It's probably quicker if I just show you. Here.
Some sort of crystal. Though, I don't remember seeing one that color before.
Aye, well, that makes two of us. In all my long years of trading, both over and under the counter, I've never seen anything quite like it. They're calling them dusk crystals, on account of colour.
Okay.
And they could be used to cast magics.
That they can. Just like their brighter, shinier cousins. Difference is, they don't last as long. After a couple of goes lighting your pie, they crumble away to nothing. That's how I heard about them. From crystal traders moaning that someone's been flooding the market with dodgy goods. And after asking the right people the right questions, and paying the right price, of course, I managed to get my hands on a sample.
I see why you're perturbed.
I hope. Do you feel that, Clive?
Yes.
Hmm? The Imperial Fringes.
right, lads, that'll do for today. I said that'll do for today.
Yes, Chief. Yes, Chief.
Let's get this lot back to town, fill our purses and then our bellies. What did you two do now?
Please tell us you bought another lantern.
Stay calm, both of you. Who needs a lantern when you've got one of these? All that work for a single spark. Well, there'll be no more sampling the merchandise today.
That sounded close, Chief. Really close. Really, really close.
Now, lads, what am I always telling you? Good things come to those who run.
Wait for us, Chief!
Echoes of the Fallen. Okay. Interesting. I kind of like the fact that they do this title card sequence.
I've never felt a tremor this far inland before.
Me neither. But then I'd never seen skies like these till a few moons ago, and it's been all change ever since. Come to think of it, the first anyone ever heard of these dust crystals was after you lot came back from the Dominion and brought this bloody weather with you.
Do you think the two things are connected?
Who knows? Could just be that with Drake's tail gone, the black market was running short of the good stuff. The Dominion's mines were the only source of new shards left in Storm after a certain evil outlaw decided to do away with the other mothers. And with the price of decent crystals going through the roof, traders turned to dealing in stuff they'd never have touched before.
The question is, who's selling these crystals and where are they? Wait. This color. They couldn't be from Origin, could they? No, that wouldn't make sense. I saw it form in the sky, and that was long after we returned from the Dominion. But if they didn't come from Origin or any of the other mother crystals, then... does that mean...
that you missed one? Aye. That were my thinking any road. Another mother crystal we didn't know about.
I'll speak with Joshua. If you're right about this, we need to find it.
And quick, I'd say. On account of which, I'll take this shard over to Tomes for you. Get him to give it a once-over, case it rings any bells.
Right. Thank you.
And I expect you'll be wanting Jill's help with this too.
Right again. I will. Let me go and find Joshua, and we'll meet you in the shelves.
Different sound for a new quest. Chasing the Echoes. Quest destiny for Echoes of the Fallen are indicated with that marker. After accepting the quest, current objectives are displayed in the to-do list. If you wish to restore moon, Sari objectives to the to-do list, go to the journal tab. And that's fine.
Joshua, we need to talk. Karen's caught wind of something that I don't think we can afford to ignore.
troubling.
Mm-hmm.
Not least because the Undying made no mention of these dusk crystals in any of their recent reports.
So they weren't aware of them either.
Perhaps. Or perhaps they merely deemed them unworthy of my attention. Wrongly, I might add, for I am inclined to share Lady Karen's misgivings.
Then we'd better take her advice and consult Hippocrates forthwith.
To the shelves, then. With our combined insight, I'm sure we'll discern something of use, be it no more than a place to start.
Let's hope so.
There you are. I've taken the liberty of telling these two everything I told you.
Thank you, Karen.
Mm-hmm.
It's hard to believe such a lusterless shard could conjure much of anything. And you truly think this came from a mother crystal? One we never knew existed?
Every other shard in the Twins did. Why should these dusk crystals be any different? Dim though they may be.
We know they first appeared on the black market shortly after Ultima Car's primogenesis, darkening the skies. So might the two be connected? Could the spell have created a new mother crystal, perhaps? A replacement for the ones we destroyed?
What do you think, Hippocrates?
I think there may well be a connection. Yet, if we are to believe that the original mother crystals were of Ultima's making, does it seem likely that he would have need of anything so palpably inferior? No. I hazard that it was not Ultima who created these crystals, but humanity. More specifically, our fallen forebears, whose wonders litter the land even now. Legend holds that the fallen challenged the gods in order to win their power, and came tantalizingly close to doing so. It seems only reasonable that they should wish to learn the secrets of the crystals which the gods bestowed upon them.
So they could make their own.
Precisely. You may recall that the tale of the sins of Zemeckis begins with the colloquy of the sages, a council wherein humanity sought to uncover the last secrets of the gods before waging their war to learn what little remained. It is perfectly possible that an understanding of how to craft crystals was among their many achievements.
Among their many achievements, prior to their fall.
Indeed. The same enlightened souls forged great and terrible weapons called the iconoclasts, from which icons derived their name, and turned them against each other in the Magitech War.
Whoa! Wait a minute.
Which served only to make its victors more confident of their right to supplant the gods on high. And when at last they ventured to do so, the resultant imbalance in the ether is said to have been so great that the skies themselves turned black and began to boil. The first recorded arcane sky, I suspect. Which brings us back to the matter at hand. It is my belief that these shards are the product of a long-slumbering Magitech mother crystal, stirred to life by a similar etheric upheaval to the one which accompanied its creator's fall.
Wait a minute.
There's only one way to know for sure. We track down whoever's selling them and find their source. Karen, where did you buy this one?
Down in Port Isolde when I was scratching around for supplies. Since the Imperials buggered off and took the tariffs with them, you can find all sorts of interesting stuff on the docks. Go and have a chat with the mercenaries guarding the gates. Your uncle's got some good lads there. You know when to keep a watchful eye and when to turn a blind one. Oh, and take the crystal with you. Might be your key to the underworld.
Thank you. I will.
Shall we then, brother?
I'm coming too. If there is another mother crystal out there and it's anything like the others, you'll need all the help you can get.
I was hoping you'd say that. One more time then. Together.
Okay. So, you might be like, Magus, why are you getting all percolated by this conversation that just happened? If you haven't had the opportunity to play Final Fantasy VI, which is 3 here in the US when it came out on the Super Nintendo, that was where they invented Magitech and had a great war. Magitech was made from using crystals to power their technology, and the crystals were from Ifrit and Shiva and various things that were turned into crystals, crystallized forms when they kind of died or whatever. So I don't know if they made their own, other than they kind of like crystallized the I forget what they were called. They were smart, intelligent creatures. They weren't dumb beasts. And they had a whole realm of these creatures that Rommel, Bahamut, and all them came from. And the humans busted into that world and ended up stealing them, harnessing them, and then using them to power their stuff. And they had a very industrialized society, kind of like back when the first industrial society of the U.S. happened, and there was a lot of smokestacks and burning of coal, and it was very dirty and nasty. And then, of course, there's the whole fact of, you know, there was a big war, and they sealed off all of those creatures from the human realm. Could they be talking about us finding that showing back up? There was an optimal weapon. There was a Sky Island. They tore apart the Earth. Is Final Fantasy VI a prequel to this game? I now am very interested. I'll have to look into it. Does this map of this place match anything to do with Final Fantasy VI at all? So, in that regard, I'm going to do this. Nope. L3. Any way to know? There we go. Okay. This game, for the most part, takes place in just this little section of an island. It's very small relatively if you think about it. So I'm going to go slowly to see if I can see this shape. And then I'll review this later to see if I can match it up to anything in Final Fantasy VI. Small island there. It is very much of interest. Because there's nothing else out here, right? For a whole planet that this is the only part of land on it, and there's a lot of sea around it, seems unusual. Plus, don't forget there's this big gaping hole here, right? So, let's head there. Let's go. Oh, sorry. I didn't have it switched. I'll go back and do the map in a moment.
Not bloody likely.
Grab him.
Fuck me. They're fast on their feet.
Well, you're also wearing armor,
What's
dude.
going on here, I wonder?
What that indeed. Let's ask.
Hmm. Okay. Excuse me. All right. Back to what I was trying to show you before. And clearly I didn't have things switched. Okay. So, as you can see now, sorry, editor, work your magic. This is an island almost surrounded with water. There's not much to it. I find it very unusual. I'm going to look at this shape and try to compare it to Final Fantasy VI. See if it matches any land formations in that game, because I'd be very interested if it lines up with anything. Okay. It's fine.
Excuse me. Who were those men just now?
Bloody troublemakers, that's who. As soon as I asked them to present their packs for inspection, they turned white as a sheet and legged it. We chased them all away from the gates, but they're swift as hares. Still, at least we kept the bastards out. Don't need their kind stirring up any more strife.
And what manner of strife have they been stirring up, exactly?
Mm-hmm.
Hey? Are you joking? This business with the crystals?
Sorry, we've been away for a while. What's been going on?
All right, I'll humor you. After the paltry rations the Imperials left behind dried up, folks started trading crystals out in the open. We turned a blind eye at first. Lord Byron's orders. Way he saw it, it weren't right to deny people the one thing they were all clamoring for. Till the dust started turning up, that is. Dusk crystals, they're called. Ill-favored shards that crack as soon as you look at them. Not that the folk who bought them by the bucket load knew that. And they were baying for blood when they found out. In the end, his lordship had to step in and ban the blasted things. And we've been searching the pack of every trader who's darkened our gates ever since.
I see. And you think the men you were pursuing might have been trading in these dusk crystals?
Why, you're in the market for some. Anyway, I wouldn't rule it out. In fact, I put a few gil on it.
We might still be able to catch them.
We might.
If you are heading up that way, you want to keep your sword handy. It's more than dodgy traders plying the roads these days.
Understood.
We got this.
We'll be careful.
Okay.
If those men were selling dusk crystals, I think it unlikely that they will risk returning to Port Isolde.
Which means this might be our only chance of catching them.
Look at those legs. Let's go.
Time to fight.
No. Make for a Bewit Bridge. I'm on my way. Don't you worry.
Where are they?
Still some distance ahead, I'd wager. They were making a good pace.
We have chocobos. Oh, I remember here. I had to battle here and they wouldn't let me through the gate.
There's another one.
Still no sign of those traders, though.
Really? Then who's that ahead of us?
No. I just hope we haven't lost them.
These blimmin' tremors are scaring off all our customers.
The few that weren't scared off by the skies, you mean?
Perhaps one of those merchants has seen something. Forgive me, but did you happen to see 3 men in robes pass this way?
Yeah, I seen them. Poor bastards.
What do you mean?
A gang of nasty-looking brutes was on their trail.
Caught up with them just up the road. Screaming at them they were. Your crystals are your lives and all that. Only the daft buggers kept their crystals and legged it.
In which direction, out of interest?
Up that way.
Could have been down that way too.
Towards the Old Hill docks.
Yeah.
If it's help they seek there, they won't find any. But perhaps they might find a place to hide.
Let's hope so. And that we can find them before their pursuers do. Thank you. And please, take care on the road. Come on. They're no good to us dead.
That's right.
Lead the way, brother.
Mount up, regulators!
Turn the whole place upside down if you have to. They're here somewhere.
So the bandits haven't found them either. There's still time. No need to ride from here.
Okay.
Son!
You lot took a wrong turn.
Oh yes, the death carousel. I've always been a big fan. Hey, want to come over here too? Oh, that was just nasty. That's just nasty. But I liked it.
We got company. Get him.
My gosh, that was so wrong. I feel bad for the bandits. You like them crispy? There we go. Good doggo. Torgle. Missed you, boy.
Who the fuck are you?
The Reaper. That was just wrong. I'm sorry. That was just wrong. Yeah.
Lads!
Too slow.
Have a nice view.
Go on, Finger. You can go on. I'll reach. This should be far enough.
And we just stroll up.
Chief? They've found us. It's getting so a man can't even catch his fucking breath.
Gentlemen, a word. We understand you've been selling some crystals.
And like I told your thieving mates, you're not fucking getting them. So you can take your massive sword and shove it.
I'm sure I could, but we're not thieves.
Over here. I can smell the one who shat himself.
If you've got a plan, Chief. Tell us you've got a plan. Of course I've got a bloody plan. Good things and all that. Let's start again, shall we? You say you're interested in the crystal trade?
Not exactly. In actual fact, we were hoping to talk about this.
Is that all? Well, then I know just how to help. If you're after the short shifter, he's over here!
Are you mad?
Slippery little pricks. Clinkers on the ground, quick as you like.
Gentlemen, you've
Yeah,
got it all
about
wrong.
that.
Do we look like merchants? He's the one you want. Just look at what he's got in his hand.
What? Him?
Versus the people that have backpacks full of crap on their back. Raw. We have weapons, they don't.
If you need any more help.
They won't get far, Clive.
No. But they'll wish they had.
I'll carve you like a suckling pig and feed you to your fucking dog.
Kind of you to think of him.
Let's do it. Carousel of death. There it is. It's like, oh, this game. Yes.
Did you see which way they went?
North. Making for 3 reads at a guess. After them. If they reach the swamps, we'll never pick up their trail.
We got chocobos. I'm not worried. Let's go.
There was something odd about those 3. They seemed less like merchants and more like...
Charlatans? One might argue that a merchant is naught but a mummer without his motley.
Then why am I not amused? What did he find, boy?
Clive, judging by the state of the ground, a lot more passed this way than our 3 charlatans.
Mm-hmm.
Another group of bandits.
I doubt they'd leave this crystal behind. Regardless, we're on the right track. Let's pick up the pace. They wouldn't risk stopping at Martha's Rest, would they?
Not if they hope to pass unnoticed.
Then we better stick to the swamps.
There they are. Gotta get the loot.
All right, lads. I think we finally lost them.
Then think again.
Fuck. Persistent bastards, I'll give them that. Friends, I knew those louts were no match for you.
Well, of course you did. Because you know what we're capable of, don't you? Now, you deal in crystal. Dusk crystal. And we want to know where you got it. So you're going to tell us.
Let's assume for a moment that we are the merchants you're looking for. Why would we tell you where we procure our stock? What kind of shepherd leads a wolf straight to...
Are they getting worse?
Clive, the tower.
Well, that's new.
That's impossible. Yeah, Chief. Do you think someone else got into the tower? Quiet, you daft sot!
And what would they find there if they did?
I wouldn't know. I've never been there. Echoes, maybe? Or fallen rubbish? I really couldn't say. The entrance is sealed tight. No way in.
And how would you know that? If you've never been there?
Look! Behind you! An Akashic monster!
If you think I'm going to fall for another one of your cheap tricks...
Clive, trouble.
What? Oh.
Wait, don't you dare!
I don't think Martha would appreciate that thing on her doorstep.
Probably not. Let them run then. I have an idea where they'll be heading anyway.
That's right. Let's go.
It shouldn't take too long. Nice try.
Enemy slain. Let's go. Spoiled. a meteorite. That's kind of weird. Clive, you got a little bit of blood on your hair.
Timed. But at least we know what was chasing the merchants.
That's twice we've saved them now.
Trying to remember about that tower. It reminds me in the other area. But it wasn't close by like this.
I don't see anyone.
I've had enough of bandits and beasts, Chief. Can't we just go home?
And let those thieving pricks march in and take what's ours?
What's ours? Oh, no. You don't mean...
The Dusk Crystals, aye. Halleck, Marnik, we're going back to that tower if it's the last thing we do.
But the lights, Chief. What about the lights?
First you whine about it being too dark, then you whine about it being too light. Think about how easy it'll be to mine now.
And you're sure they're bound for the tower? When they aren't running away from trouble, they're running towards it.
Mm-hmm. Do you know anything of the place, Joshua?
Alas, not. I have seen it labeled Sage Spire on some maps, but beyond that, the ruins are no different from any other fallen derelict. Another impenetrable relic of the past.
Not so impenetrable, apparently. Our friends plainly found a way in.
They could be living there, like we do in the Invincible.
Well, the tower is unquestionably large enough to hide 3 merchants. But is it large enough to hide what we seek?
A mother crystal.
It would go some way to explain why the area was among the first in Rosaria to fall to the Blight.
Then it's settled. We head to Eastpool and make our approach from the dim.
Interesting. We'll go here. Is there a place to rest here? Might be.
Damn bandits. Gilbert's right coming here.
Poor guy. Didn't even have a chance. Simple bandits are, they're fodder. Guess there's no place. Can we rest anywhere? Maybe not. You know what? I think I'm gonna go back to Martha's Rest. I'm gonna see if I can stock up there. Because realistically, it looks like I need some potions, and I want to heal up. Because if I go in there unprepared,
Ah, Clive. Just the man I was hoping to see.
Oh? And why is that?
mm.
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the Akashic attacked? Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the Lazarus have been lost to an ether flood. Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft after all. But we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here if I could. But where would I put 'em? There just ain't enough room up here on the rock. Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like beggars.
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over looking for safe haven. There's only so many we can shelter with the room we've got. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space.
Why not?
What we need is a new home for our new arrivals. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new home?
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than Eastpool.
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about that place.
It was a tragedy, what happened. And if any
And I
of
was
us
just
could have
there.
done anything to stop it, we would have. But what's done is done. And those who lived there wouldn't have wanted the village they loved to be left in ruins.
I suppose you're right.
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon it's got a good few years left in it yet. There's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den, and they don't seem like they'll be moving on in a hurry. Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost some good men to their raids.
You mean the ones that
I'd
I
sent
just
someone
cleared
to
out?
clear 'em out sooner, if my boys didn't already have their hands full fending off the Akashic. But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on. I reckon it's time we made our move. What do you say? Fancy leading a raiding party?
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved. I won't have bandits sully those memories. I'll gladly drive them out of there.
And I know the men will gladly follow you. I've already shared a few thoughts with Sir Wade about how we might be able to win the place back. And I dare say he's got some ideas of his own too. Why don't you go and talk to him?
Of course.
Jeez.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first.
Did you hear they're rebuilding Rosalith? I was thinking I might take my cart out that way. See how they're getting on.
Reckon Eastpool would make a nice little home for a few bearers and guardians with a mind to make a go of it. Once those blasted bandits have been sent packing, that is.
I need an inn.
What are you after?
No.
obliged. There you go. Thanks very much. That all, is it? What are you after?
Well, I guess that's technically perfectly fine.
Much obliged. There you go.
I think we're good. Well, I'm gonna have to get back that way anyway, so might as well go talk to Sir Weedy. Where? He must be over here.
Hospitality has its...
Just because the heavens have gone to Rackaroon, it don't mean we have to. Now, let's get this storm set. I expect you heard what happened to the noble quarter. The ether just started pouring from the walls. We were lucky it didn't catch us in our bunks, or we'd have all turned. Where next for the Guardians, then? We were driven from Rosalith, then from the Lazarus. Probably be the rest next. I expect you heard what happened to the noble quarter. The ether just started pouring from the walls. We were lucky it didn't catch us in our bunks.
Where is he at? Down here? There he is.
So, Wade, it's good to see you well.
And you, Lord Rosfield. And you.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right, though it was mostly her idea.
Mm-hmm.
I rather fear my men have been treading on her toes somewhat since joining us, not to mention each other's. And then there are the bearers, men and women who found the courage to flee their masters and sought refuge here.
Mm-hmm.
We need somewhere to settle them.
Yeah.
I can think of worse places than Eastpool.
Okay.
As can I. Which is why I agreed to help you win it back.
That's very kind of you. I'd be most grateful if you would. With you beside us, we shall soon send that rabble of rogues running for the hills.
I kind of already took them out.
What can you tell me?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. Fewer than a dozen at our last count.
Yeah.
And rather less, thankfully. The road that leads there will more than likely still be crawling with Akashic. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the Akashic were to follow them in, that force could end up trapped between a rock and a very hard place indeed.
I'll head into Eastpool and deal with the bandits. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off any Akashic who come too close. Make sure I'm not taken unawares.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk yourself, my lord.
The Akashic are the bigger risk. I can handle a few bandits.
Yeah, well, I already have. If you're sure, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You go on ahead. We'll be with you before long.
All right. I'll meet you at Eastpool then.
We shall see you there. And may victory await our coming.
Yeah, I kind of already did that. We'll have to do it again? Yep, sure looks like it. Oh well.
Who the hell are you?
I'm the exterminator. I'm gonna burn you with fire.
Kill them! You will leave this place.
That's the end of that then. Or maybe not.
Oh.
What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes to...
2 scoops is right. Man. Enemy slain. Spoils. Let's go. Black blood? Weird.
Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching. I thought you were keeping an eye out for a Kashik.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you slay that... whatever it was.
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge should another appear.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, I assume. It might be best to send word for them to come right away, before any other unsavory characters move in.
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart immediately. Leave it with me, my lord.
Sometime later.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding the place. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts and blackguards having their wicked way with the place. The masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. Those that weren't lost in the fire or burned by the bandits, that is. It'll take a bit of elbow grease, but we'll see Eastpool rise again.
Yeah.
Just you wait.
Especially if they say it's their home.
Lady
They'll be
Hannah is
willing.
buried here. If you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuilding efforts. He should be a part of this.
Of course. I couldn't agree more.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived safely. If you need anything more, you have only to send a Stolas.
And we will, my lord. Safe travels.
Yeah.
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
Oh, I think I'm supposed to hold it. There it is. Saves me a couple clicks.
Ah, there you are. All went well then.
Yeah.
Wade told me you got rid of the bandits while his lot kept an eye out. Nicely done. And what's all this about some shape-shifting nightmare showing up? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of my own. What matters is you did it. And now we can build our new village.
Yep.
I suppose it will be. What will you call it?
else? Eastpool. Sir Wade said it best. There's plenty bad happened to that place, but that don't undo the good that happened there. No need to throw the baby out with the bathwater.
True.
Did Wade say that?
Well, something along those lines. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool, but their work ain't done yet. So the way I see it, neither is mine. If it's food or lumber or strong backs they need, the rest is ready to provide it.
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you. You didn't have to help us.
I wanted to.
Yeah, he kind of feels for that. For what happened at Eastpool and for the people that were bears. I mean, I get it. Well, I think we're going to call it here. So, we did good. We finally opened up the DLC. There's a little bit of work that took us to get to there, which is fine. I didn't have a problem with it. It built some more lore and backstory, which was good. Um, Nothing too crazy. And of course, the game itself somewhat helped us a bit, but not too much. So I did need to look up things a little bit. We got into the DLC. We got some interesting things about the falling and the echoes. That it was the magic humans making crystals instead of the gods. Magic tech, things like this. Very interesting. So when we come back, we're going to finally go to that tower and we're going to check out, see what's going on. I'm sure there's going to be a big long thing with that. We'll see what that runs into. Will that be more than one stream? Who knows? But we shall see. I don't imagine it being super, super long, but we will see how much content is in there. Hopefully there's some stuff that links to Final Fantasy VI. That'd be kind of cool. And we'll see how that is. If you like what you saw, give me a like, follow, subscribe, share it with your friends. Of course, if you want to watch my previous playthrough of Final Fantasy 16 up until this point, check on Rumble and YouTube, and you can see all that. I have playlists for you. And of course, I have other gameplays, whether it's Cyberpunk, Stellar Blade, Starfield, Claire Obscure, Expedition 33. Keep an eye out for those. And of course, you should follow me on social media, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, or X. That way, if something changes with my scheduling or whatnot, you know what's going on. But also, you can use those platforms to make suggestions on games to play in the future. Until next time, stay adventurous.